Start now. Start recording. Okay, we're broadcasting now, Rose. What's going on right now is anybody that's tuning in will have a commercial, and they'll get a little red triangle or a little white triangle. They gotta press that, and the commercial will run, and then they'll come into our show. Let's see, the time is 10:59. It should show up on there too. Well, move the screen down. Right there. No,
I don't do it.
you don't have your thing on, right?
That's my thing on.
Let's see. Click there. We're just trying this out, folks. Welcome to the Sunday show with Rose, who's feeling a lot better today, right?
Yes, I am.
And Buster, me. Haha, haha. And if you're watching this now at roseandbusters.com, we appreciate that. Oh, there we go. Now, for our friends on, I'm going to press that little arrow there. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so welcome to Rose and Buster's Sunday Show. We appreciate you watching there. I want to give a shout out to Corey and Dre, who are watching up in the High Valley, and also their friends that are visiting here this morning. Also a shout out to Christine, said she's going to be watching today, and Shelby and the kids up there at in Ohio, and anybody else that's watching too. Well, Rose, we had a good night last night, didn't we?
We did. We did. Our guests seemed to really enjoy themselves with the music, and yeah, there were lots of laughs, and yeah, it seemed like they had a good time.
We had a surprise guest last night. Our main stars, Durwood Andrews, who's fantastic on that slide guitar, and Hannah Darling, that's always a darling at our place. It was just, knocked the people's socks off. But she also had some guests come in early to warm up. And that was Bobby Fergo and Jim and his other buddy. Forgot his name. Oh, don't be mad. And they were really fantastic, weren't they?
They were. Tell me again where I'm supposed to be looking.
Right there in the camera, honey.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see this is not my thing, right? So.
It's a lot of people's not their thing.
No, you're right. You
Yeah.
guys are just a few select who like to be in front of a camera.
Yeah, well, that's only because I've done it so much, After a while, I have to get used to it. It's like riding a bike.
Thanks for reminding me of that, Buster. I'd rather forget.
She's talking about our recent trip to Bali. Now, I tried to encourage Rose to get on the back of a motor scooter with me, and
I didn't want to do it.
no way, she didn't want to do it.
I had a bad feeling about it, that's why.
But I did convince her to go out on an expedition on bicycles. So we rented a bicycle down in Sanur Beach in Bali three weeks ago about, huh?
Yeah.
And we got Rose a nice little bike. But
Yeah.
what was the problem, honey?
Well, it was a kind of an old rickety bike, and initially I had my heavy backpack I don't travel very lightly. So I had my heavy backpack in the basket, and I was kind of losing my balance the whole time. So Buster said, "Let me take that backpack." So he held it. Rickety bike, and initially I had my heavy
That's
backpack.
weird. Now
what do I do? I don't travel
Turn your
very
audio
lightly.
down.
So I had my heavy backpack in the basket.
Yeah, this
and
is
I
our
was
second
kinda losing my
broadcast here.
balance
Actually,
the whole
Rose's
time.
first. And
Okay,
there you go.
is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, long story short, Buster took the backpack. I said, "Go right ahead, go ahead of me, don't wait." So I went on my own, and I tried to avoid hitting a woman who was in front of me. I rang my little bell, expecting that she would like move to the left, even though she and I had the same right of way, but she didn't move to the left. So I kind of moved to the right and fell over and scratched my legs up a little bit.
So where was I? Well, once we started off from the bicycle rental place, Rose's biggest problem was getting started. Been a while. You know, you got to kind of push off and go. Well, her little pushes were like, like non-existent. She was like getting up, and I think she expected the bike to go by itself and be nice and even. But she got discouraged and told me to go ahead, Buster, go ahead. I'll catch up. So, you know, I got no problem with that. So I would pedal away and then stop. Wait. Here Rose would come. That's when I took the backpack. And then I'd go on again, go ahead again. Wait. And then finally, towards the end, here comes Rose walking the bike. Well, there was lots of times when Rose was walking the bike, but here she comes all bruised, and she wasn't crying though.
No, I didn't cry. I was so proud of myself. I was embarrassed mostly because a lot of people came over and were helping me up. One person said, "Here, take this water hose and wash off that sand." So I did. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just took the hose and I washed off the side of my shorts, my legs, because I was covered in sand. And then I just continued walking my bike, but it was more humiliating than anything else.
Hey, you know what? I was just thinking. I forgot to mention Joe and Christina Becker, who's watched last week and liked my imitation of you, because Rose was sick last week and couldn't be on, so I had her picture and I was doing a little imitation of her talking. So, hey, Joe, Christina, good people.
Yeah,
So what was your favorite part of Bali, honey? Can you pick one thing? I know there was lots, but
well, if I can only speak about one thing, I would have to say it was the people and, how friendly and welcoming they were. They seemed to be very genuine in that.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. The people were great. They were almost childlike in their friendliness.
Yeah, well, it kind of reminded me a little bit. Tell me when I'm talking too circularly for you, Buster. But it kind of reminded me about what I've heard over the years about many cultures who consider when they have a guest in their home or at their place of business, they think of that guest as like the embodiment of God. So they really want to treat that person so they feel really, really special and royal and spiritual. And so that's how I felt, like royalty.
I was surprised about how easygoing they were when it came to taking pictures. I've told folks at our bar that you'd meet somebody and you'd say, "Hey, do you mind if I take your picture?" Usually, a lot of times, some people say, "Oh, I want my picture taken." But these people go, "Yes, sure." Pictures, video, they were really open like that. It was
They
kind of
were.
cool.
And it was interesting to see how universal many of our gestures are here in the U.S. that they would kind of imitate, like the thumbs up or the peace or, just different little expressions that they would use. It was cool. It was cool.
We also found that in Bali it was very inexpensive to eat. Rose and I would go out and have a really nice dinner, appetizers, a couple drinks, your entrees, and a few times dessert. And I'd say on average it was $25 each. Not each, $25 for the both of us. Yeah. Yeah, the most we've ever spent was like $50 on our last night. It was a beach barbecue and real nice place, real nice resort right on the edge of the beach. So that was a lot of fun. Anything else about Bali that you found
about the
interesting?
food, I liked the food in the sense that the way it was served and prepared, it was very artistic and colorful. For instance, the rice was shaped like a cone many times, or there might be a little portion of potatoes or something wrapped in leaves that was very pretty. And I also liked that the portions were small. I like that a lot. I miss that here in the U.S. You know, when you go to a restaurant, the portions are huge and you have to take a lot of it home or just eat it at the restaurant and feel guilty later.
Yeah. If you folks have any questions about Bali, if you want to call in right now, you can call in at 909-992-2609. That's 909-992-2609. If you have any questions or you want to make a comment.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so Buster asked me what were some of what was one thing I liked, and we already talked about the food and the friendliness, but also we noticed immediately when we arrived in Bali that there were like little baskets throughout along the streets, right outside of businesses and shops and homes, and the little baskets contained artistically. Well, first of all, the baskets were artistic. They were handmade out of bamboo, and what they contained
Good.
were beautiful little colorful fruit and flowers and other ornamental pieces also made by hand, and many of them had little sticks of incense or
Good.
cones. So we asked about those little baskets and how people were just really devout, and just created the things and placed them outside of their business. So we asked, and we found out that they were offerings and with prayers that the locals like to offer every day, even a couple of times a day, and they do it to say thank you to Mother Nature, to God. And so I said to Buster, wow, what a cool way of starting the day, and especially the business day. You want to have a successful day. You want to be blessed that day and hopefully bring some blessings to your guests. So I said to Buster, let's us do the same thing when we get back. And so yesterday, I don't know if you can see this, but
Yeah, that's good.
I found some really cute little baskets while shopping at Cherished Consignments in Old Town Yucca Valley. And I found these little handmade baskets, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect. They're handmade, they're beautiful, and I picked up two of them, one for Buster's business and one for my office in LA. And so this is today's offering. I have fruit, and I have a couple little flowers that I really love, flowers and fruit. And then this morning, I also had with my basket an offering of a book, because I plan on reading this book. The title is The Mastery of Love, and the author is Don Miguel Ruiz, who I love his books. And it's a practical guide to the art of relationship, because I hope to
Show it
improve
again.
that. Oh, show the book one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. It's very colorful. And it's The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Yeah, I gave him a lot of notes, Don Miguel. He called me for some consultation. Okay, I just noticed, if you folks are watching on our Facebook page, there's a comment section, you can say something, it says say something, and I just noticed that our good friend Sherry Andrews, who is on her way, Sherry's still here in California, oh geez. Another one of our friends,
Yeah, is in Oz, in Australia.
she's in Australia?
Wait a minute. Is it Sherry Riley? Sherry
I don't think
Andrews?
it's Sherry Riley. Maybe. Or is it Sherry?
Andrews.
Yeah, from here.
Please identify yourself. Thank you for your post, by the way, Sherry. I see Shelby Dukes. Hey,
Oh, that's from
Sherry.
last week,
Shelby.
Denny.
Oh,
6 days ago.
oh, okay. Well, hopefully they'll tune in. But I do see.
Yeah, so there
Sherry.
is a way, on our Facebook page, if you go to our Facebook page and you click on R&B TV to the left, then you'll get to see. For you other folks out there who are trying to watch on mobile, you have to download the Ustream app. It's an app called Ustream. So this is only our second broadcast, and we'll get familiar with it. Well, okay, so you mentioned a book. I'll mention a book now too. All right, segment of our Sunday show where we talk about our favorite books. Rosa already mentioned one, and I won't go into big detail, but here's mine. It's called The Gospel According to Peanuts by Robert L. Short. Now, this might sound like a children's book, and it has been used in a lot of churches for Sunday school groups. But I'm telling you what, folks, this is a book that is good for adults too. I don't know if you're out there and you're like a Christian, you're brought up a Christian, and all of a sudden, like you say, well, geez, some of the things in my church I just don't agree with. Well, Robert L. Short uses cartoons from Peanuts. He was a good friend of Charles Schulz, and Bob Short wrote a couple of books and used him because Charles Schulz, in his Peanuts cartoon strip, put in good moral stories, moral themes, and they're using the cartoon characters. Now, what's kind of cool is in this book, Robert Short points out that Charlie Brown is every man. It's all of us. Charlie Brown's all of us. And a lot of things happen, a lot of failures in poor old Charlie Brown's life, especially trying to kick that football. That's kind of existential. Every time he gets a promise from Lucy that she's not going to pull that football away. And he believes her, and he runs and does it, and she pulls the football away at the last minute. But guess what? He's always got one consoling factor, and that's little Snoopy. And Snoopy's a rascal, too. And there's a lot of symbolism in this book. It's been printed in over like 17 different languages. It's been around for quite a while. Translated in 17 different languages. It's sold over millions and millions. And it's a good thing. It's a nice light refresher for you folks out there that have given up on Christianity and some of the practices and some of the stabilized churches out there. And I also want to mention that Robert L. Short married Rose and I back on 8/8/08.
That's right.
At 8.
Sometimes I still think of that as a dream. And can I mention one more book?
No.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, real quickly, because Buster brought up the book, which sounds like a children's book, and this one may also sound like a children's book too. But this is the world according to Mr. Rogers. Important things to remember. And I loved Mr. Rogers, and I still miss him. And my son Carl grew up watching Mr. Rogers, and the show was so peaceful and tranquil and really inspired to do the right thing, just kind of follow your moral compass. And so this is the little book one of the books that I'm keeping by my bedside lately. So I recommend it.
I have to giggle. Rose's bedside She's a good for about 5 minutes worth of reading in a clone. Hey, I noticed down here that it is Sherry Andrews that's watching, and she's commenting on there, and Steve too.
Hi,
Hey,
Steve
hi
and
Steve.
Sherry.
Nice to have you guys on board.
Yeah.
Good people for sure. Yeah, I want to mention now something up there in the high desert that's coming up. It's the Highway 62 Open Studios Art Tours. Now, if you folks out there watching in LA or in the area that you know anything about this, it's going to be happening October 25th and 26th, 2 weekends, and November 1st and 2nd. And what it is, if you don't know, up in the Joshua Tree High Desert area, just a little bit north of Palm Springs, about 15, 20 minutes north, there's a collection of some great, fantastic artists in different mediums too, painting, photography, sculpting, and they open their studios up for this tour, and you pay a little price and you get a little map. It might be a big map too, I don't know. Rose and I haven't been able to do it yet ourselves, but it's something that we would look forward to and we would highly recommend. We're friends with a lot of the artists up here since we opened our wine tasting room back in November, and we encourage you to take a weekend off. There's 2 different weekends, like I said, the 25th to the 26th, and November 1st to the 2nd. And that's the Highway 62 Open Studio Art Tours. For more information, you could go to their Facebook page or their website, which is, and you Google, it's Highway 62 Open Studio Art Tours. I'm going to grab my telephone over here. I don't know if I'm getting a call or somebody is texting. Texting is cool too. Oh, let's see. Yeah, okay. Hudson Jeffries, our buddy, our technician, says, interviewed Moneypenny. Moneypenny is not available.
I think she's in her cabana taking a morning nap.
Yeah, she's doing a little siesta. Hudson Jeffries suggested last weekend that I download the Ustream desktop producer. And that way in the future, because I haven't figured it out yet, I'll be able to post pictures so where we're talking we can switch between our faces and subjects that we're talking about. But it's a lot of tutorial, I'll tell you right now. So I downloaded it. I haven't really a chance to absorb it and practice it. Who knows? Maybe by next Sunday we'll be able to do it. And also, he wants us to interview Zuzu Petals. Yeah, well, that ain't gonna happen either.
If we could catch her, if we could
Yeah,
only
really.
catch her.
Let's see. So that's the calls for right now. So just want to talk about Rose and Buster's a little bit. Rose and Buster's Wine Tasting, 55834 29 Palms Highway in Yucca Valley. If you decide to come up to that Highway 62 tour, definitely stop in and see us. We're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Fridays, noon to 9. Saturday, noon to 9. Sunday, noon to 6. And we will be open tomorrow, Labor Day, from noon until 6. I'll be working a solo shift there while Rose goes and hangs out with Carmelita.
And Carl, too, my son.
Oh, yeah, if you're lucky.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's hard to catch up with him.
Yeah. Coming up in the future to Rose and Buster's, next Saturday is first Saturday where all the merchants in Old Town Yucca Valley, which is the art and antique district, stay open their doors till 9 o'clock in the evening. They have special sales, like they are this weekend for Labor Day. They have special sales, and a lot of the places have music. And we're not any different. So next Saturday, our music is going to be Pearl Charles of the Pearl Charles Pipes Canyon Band. She'll be there performing, and the opening, and she's from LA, and the opening act will be Joey Kennedy from right here in Yucca Valley. He's a great talent. He's been there before. He's a singer, songwriter, and the ladies really seem to like Joey. Yeah, and they're gonna be performing, and that's from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. There is a minimal $5 donation, which goes directly to the talent. And let's see, what else we got going on in the future, Rose? Oh,
What's that?
we're gonna be remodeling and doing some remodeling, and I won't get into that, but things are gonna be changing a little bit, be some surprises. We're gonna be expanding a little bit in there. And, geez, I think we covered everything for today, Rose.
I think we have.
Yeah. Now, we've got to bug out here now and close for today. And we thank you for tuning in. I got to go to work. Rose is going to stay here and play on Facebook.
Well, I'll do a little more than that. I said to Buster, it's a pretty day. I'd like to go out or be around nature, maybe take some photos of beautiful birds and so forth. So it won't be all about Facebook.
No? Okay. Well, was it so bad, Rose?
Well, my hands are really like perspiry, so a little bit. But maybe it'll get easier, as you said.
It will, honey.
Hope so.
All right, so for Rose and Buster's Sunday show, for me, bye.
Bye. Zuzu Petals just.
Oh, Zuzu Petals, our cat. Come here, Zuzu Petals. Hudson Jeffries wants to see you. Where are you at? Here, come here.
Aw.
She's trying to say goodbye too. She's down on the floor, but she won't let me pick her up. Of course. Oh, well, wait a minute.
I
Hold
wonder
on.
if they can hear her.
Come here. Come here. Oh, I got her. I think. Oh, here she is.
Oh, Zuzu Petals, say hello. Yeah.
There she is. Look at the camera and smile, honey. Okay. Ah! Ouch. No, she didn't hurt me. Okay, good night, or good day. Good day, everybody. Hope you have a great Labor Day tomorrow and have a great Sunday today, okay? All right. Bye.